You can feel summer starting to disappear in Argentina. And boy, this time of the year hits me differently. The nights, noches, get cooler. The sunsets, puesta de sol, they hit so differently. And just before you know it, winter is here. And before that happens, there's always one last asado. I always think there's something special about the last asado of the summer. It's not usually the biggest one or the best, but it's something that you want to do, that you want to remember during those colder months. So welcome back to Argentine Asado. Today is the 21st of March and we are going to be cooking the last asado of the summer. Let's get into it. Welcome to the last day of the summer, everybody. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit special. It is the 21st of March, or just was 21st of March. And because that is the last day of summer in Argentina, we're going to be doing an asado. So what do I have today? Number one, I've got Tira de asado, which is the short rib. And as you know, this is the really, really short, really, really thin, got a ton of fat, really good tasty. Then I've got an Entraña, which this thing is gonna be about this long. So we're gonna cook this pretty quickly. And then lastly, I bought some chorizos. And as a special gift from my mum-in-law, I have a zapallo plomo, which is a huge pumpkin. So that is what we're gonna be cooking today. And we're gonna do the heat we're gonna do the fire pretty hot. It is the last day of summer, so it's pretty cold as well, but we're gonna do a pretty good fire. And then we're gonna get all of these on the grill. And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys step by step. And yes, we are in the last few days of the summer. So making the most of the pool, and the asado is gonna be done here in my quincho. For those of you guys who don't know, my quincho is the space in the house where I grill. So I've got the meat, I got the bread, I got the salt, and we're now gonna fire up the grill. Every good asado starts with a good fire. So I put my kindling on, and now I've got some wood, which isn't any regular wood, it is pigashín. Now this is what I use to grill here in Argentina. There are lots of other types of wood to grill. This wood is very good. It's a very quality ember, has great tanning, so it has a really good taste and flavor in that smoke. And it just provides really good, long-lasting embers, which are really key for when you're doing slow roasting. So I'm using egg cartons, leftover egg cartons. Don't try this at home, guys. These things burn really long, so great starting fire. Great, okay, so we're now gonna give it like 20-30 minutes until we've got some good amount of embers. And then we're gonna move the embers from under the grill, from under the fire cradle, sorry, to under the grill. I need to get this grill cleaned up, so you guys can watch me do that now. And then we're gonna put the meat on once we've got some good quality embers. Key here to keep your grill clean is obviously just brushing it down once you're done, but it's also important that when you've got the hot embers underneath, you can get an onion, slice it in half, and then rub it up and down, and that's a really good way to kind of clean the grill and also kind of disinfect it before you put on the meat. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take the entraña, the chorizos, and the short ribs out of their vacuum pack. What I do often, I just put that in the board paper, and then I use this board for taking the meat out, put it in the rubbish, and then in the bin, and then I clean this and spin it and use it also. So I'm gonna take this one out first. As you guys know, I always recommend to keep your meat to room temperature before it goes in the grill. So I've left this out now, probably about half an hour, and it'll be another 20 minutes, I think, if I put it on the grill, so it'll be at a good room temperature before it goes on the grill. So there's the short rib. Tira Asado, one of my favorite Argentine cuts. Very traditional. Probably one of the most seen cuts in the Asado, just because it was, at one point in time, it was cheap, accessible, and yeah. And then here we have an Entraña. And this is actually half an Entraña, so a full Entraña we are like this long. This is half an Entraña, but because I'm eating with my wife today, this is gonna be perfect for us. Now, some people take this membrane off. I'm gonna keep it on today. I'm not gonna trim this much. I think it's looking pretty good. And yeah, we're gonna have a fantastic cookout with these cuts. And then lastly, I bought these chorizos. Now these chorizos these are not beef chorizos. These are pork chorizos. And so this had cheese and parmesan inside them, so parmesan cheese inside them and a bunch of different spices, and they're just great for putting in a roll as a choripan. So I'm gonna let the meat rest for a few more minutes, maybe like 15 minutes. Then once I've got some embers, we're gonna move it under the grill and we're gonna get started. Okay, it's now time for us to get our entraña and our short ribs. I just put on the sausages onto the hot grill. You can see I've moved the embers from the fire cradle over there under the grill. So now we're gonna put on the meat. And I've just lightly salted this meat. I haven't done anything else. I haven't added any other seasoning. And we'll finish salting it on the grill. So for the entraña, we're gonna give it about 15-20 minutes at a high heat on the membrane side down, and then I'm gonna turn it over and give it 15 more minutes, good heat on the other side. Now for the ribs, we're gonna do 10-12 minutes on each side and then flip them. It's really important that you'll notice that the time to turn the ribs is when you see the juice coming through to the surface, either of the bone or in between the meat and the fat. And I've left my chorizos on there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn them over in again about 15-20 minutes. And then I'm gonna slice them like a butterfly, which I'll show a picture of here. And then we'll put them in the roll when they are done. So a few things you guys are gonna be asking me is what heat should I have my grill at? Well, my grill is about 16 to 18 centimeters from the slab to the grill. So let's say 20 centimeters max, but 16 centimeters. And then I can hold my hand here for about 8 seconds. 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a good gauge of heat. Now what I'm gonna do now is I'm not gonna rush these too much. I'm gonna keep the heat consistent, but I'm not gonna add any more embers, because as I said at the beginning, with good quality meat, you get good quality embers. You don't need to keep changing those embers. Okay, my friends, so it's time to turn these over. I'm gonna show you guys up close what this looks like. There you go. We're gonna give the entraña a few more minutes before we turn over. Okay, so our chorizos are pretty well done, as you can see. I've done about 25 minutes on each side. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take them over to the chopping board, and I'm gonna slice them open like a butterfly and then finish grilling them on the hot grill, sliced open. So the idea of doing mariposa is to get kind of some of the fat cooked out of them, and there I sliced them open, and you can see these are like a butterfly. So now I'm going to take them to the grill and grill them on the butterfly side down. There you go, butterfly chorizos. So it has been now nearly 30 minutes of grilling. I am absolutely sweating. It's so hot here next to the fire. We've got the short ribs, we've got the entraña, we've got the chorizos, mariposa, and we've also done some pre-cooked bread, which I want to make a note on because this is important. When you do your choripan, I like to use French stick. And the French stick, if it's pre-cooked, you can then finish it on the grill and it gives it a beautiful color, which I'll put a picture up here. And then you can slice your chorizos open like butterflies, put them in, and then add in your chimichurri, and amazing. Okay, so here is a grilled bread on the Argentine Asado. That is a pre-cooked French stick, and then I finish it on the grill, and that thing is so good. And it's like really nice and crunchy and then soft inside. So you put in the chorizo and so good. And in honor of the last day of the summer, we are gonna dive into the pool. And to be honest, guys, I am so sad the summer is over, but I love the autumn and I definitely love winter as well. So I'm not one of those persons who's like, oh, it's the end of summer, let's go and have a cry. But the reality is, summer is great for grilling, so is winter, so is autumn, so is spring. It's just a matter of getting out there, firing up a grill and putting some meat on it and enjoying the moment, enjoying that time that you spend next to the grill. So hope everyone is having a great year, and let's get this meat off the grill and go and enjoy it. And here we go, look at this, amazing. Up the stairs we go, and we're ready. And there you've got the chorizos, you've got the entraña, you've got the short ribs, you've got the grilled bread. Okay, so step one, we're gonna take one of these bad boys. Listen to that, guys, listen to that. Slice this open. Look at that bad boy steam. We're gonna take one of our chorizos mariposas and look. Like that. We're gonna get our chimichurri and we're gonna drizzle it in the chorizo. Holy crap, guys. Let's cut this bad boy up. Look at that. Oh. So I've just sliced up some of these short ribs. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's only about, I'd say 3/4 of an inch thick. And there's a little fat that runs between the rib and the meat. So as you can see, it pulls apart. And this section here and this section, which is the rib cage, which would technically be in this direction, going to pull apart like this. And with that being said, happy end of the summer, and I'll see you in the next season. Salud, amigos.